And when I looked around for help, I thought I was alone. And all I saw for miles around was rocks and dust and bones. So I stumbled into the desert, not knowing where to turn. I thought that I might overheat, and the sun began to burn. And I thought I might lose my way, and when I looked around, the path that I came in on was nowhere to be found. Well, fear then overcame me, and I began to cry, 'cause I clearly saw this happening, and I thought that I would die. Messed up and tangled, these thoughts that I've mangled, I'm always standing too close to see. Pleasure or frustration, it's all my creation, when my thoughts appeared in front of me. Well, I thought about my... Well, I got down and closed my eyes, and I began to pray for God to give me one more chance before taking me away. And I promised I'd remember the lesson I'd been taught, and pay very close attention and be careful what I thought. Well, when I opened up my eyes, I'm blinded by the glare, as bright as any burning bush, an angel standing there. And he pointed out his finger to the far horizon lines, to letters spelling heaven and a giant neon sign. Well, when I got up to the gates of this little town, I thought that I saw halos on the people all around. Well, they all smiled and greeted me just like I was a king. And all I did was raise my hand, and all the doors were opening. All the shops had welcome signs propped up in their windows, and all the bars had angel dancers that had no need for clothes. Well, then I spotted Elvis there in a restaurant. Well, he looked up and winked at me, at least that's what I thought. Messed up and tangled, these thoughts that I've mangled, I'm always standing too close to see. Pleasure or frustration, it's all my creation, when my thoughts appeared in front of me. When I got to the casino, well, I proceeded in. I thought this being heaven, that I probably would win. So I walked up and told the man I didn't have a dime. He loaned me a 50, and I laid it on the line. Well, my winnings started piling up, 'cause everything I would choose would be the winning number. I thought I couldn't lose. And the woman there beside me, I was taken by her charms. I thought she looked just like my type, and she took me by the arm. We went out and bought a Cadillac with the top rolled down. We threw out $50 bills, we rolled out of town. And here's a little moral to this tale of mine. Be careful what you're thinking, 'cause heaven's in your mind. Messed up and tangled, these thoughts that I've mangled, I'm always standing too close to see. Pleasure or frustration, it's all my creation, when my thoughts appeared in front of me. So, this song I got on a writing trip. I used to do it more often. I would go out for on a writing trip in the desert, well, not the desert, but the Central Oregon, in the Oshikosh Mountains. Expansive land out there. Good for songwriting. I'd take my pickup truck, my bed, some food, my guitar, and a headlamp. And I would often sit on the tailgate of my truck with my headlamp and write songs at night, since everything was quiet and I would process the things that happened during the day. So this is what I was doing. A man walked up out of the darkness. He said, "Hey, I heard you play and thought I'd come and listen." So he started telling me stories. Turned out he'd just gotten back from Afghanistan. Started telling me stories about the war in Afghanistan. And these are the words that he told me. So these are his words. I just remembered it and wrote it down in the song. A guy named Brian Potter lives somewhere around Redmond, Oregon. And this is the story. Well, I'm camped all night in a roadside park. I'm sitting there in the dark when a voice said, "How you doing?" He said, "I heard you playing on your guitar." Well, sound like that, well, it travels far. And it moved me in my soul. Can I listen to you? I'm a long way from my home. He said, "I've been in the service for 20 years. I never knew when my time was near, but I made it now, and I'm retired." He said, "I got my pension and my combat pay. I know it sounds funny to hear me say, I'm not done yet. I don't know. Though they brought me back, I'm still a long way from my home." He said, "I'm on a C-130 on a combat raid, with a gun in my hand when the bullets sprayed. I followed command when it's time to kill. And the bombs and the bodies fall where they will, and I'm still." Well, he stopped for a moment and he got choked up. He said, "I don't like to talk about it much, but I guess it's time that I try." He said, "I've only been back for a couple of months. I know I'll never be the man I was once. I've seen a lot of fucking people die. Though they brought me back, I'm still a long way from my home." He said, "I'm at a little farmhouse where insurgents hide. An M320 blows a hole in the side. Only bodies are women and kids. Nobody talks about what we did. And I'm still a long, long way from my home." He said, "You see this ring? I took it from the body of an innocent woman. I wear it to remind me I followed orders and I mowed her down. Now tell me, how am I gonna get to heaven now?" And I'm still though they brought me back from Afghanistan. They told me that I was a good man, but 3 years a ranger in the fire pit of hell. I don't know, somehow I think I'm still a long, long way from my home. I'm still a long, long way from my home. I'm still a long, long way. Thank you. So this is a story I wrote, inspired my friend Jeff. We were hanging out together with some buddies, and we were giving him a hard time about his anger management problem. We were ribbing him pretty good, and he jumps up and says, "What do you expect? I was born on the side of a volcano." And I said, "Excuse me, I'll be right back." And I went out and wrote this song. And I used all the things I know about my buddy Jeff, all the things he did. I wrote it in first person, so I put myself in his shoes. I exaggerated a bit. I even killed him off at the end, but I assure you he's very much alive. Well, I am the son my mother bore when she squatted down and I hit the floor. Just a boulder's throw down the western slope. I was born on the side of a volcano. When I was young, I seldom cried. I just raised my fist with a rebel's pride. It didn't take long for my bent to show. I was born on the side of a volcano. Raised on lava, cool to touch, but hot down deep beneath the crust. Up through the cracks my temper flowed. I was born on the side of a volcano. Well, I ran into Uncle Sam. He tried to ship me off to Vietnam, but nobody tells me where to go. I was born on the side of a volcano. So I reached out for the devil's fire. I put gasoline in a mason jar. That building lit up with a hellish glow. I was born on the side of a volcano. Behind the bars of a prison cell, I made a promise to myself. They won't shove their shit down my throat. I was born on the side of a volcano. I've been married 7 times. I guess I never was the steady kind. She'd say something, my top would blow. I was born on the side of a volcano. The cops would come for my arrest. I was just getting something off my chest. But the core goes down deep in my soul. I was born on the side of a volcano. Some men try to understand how to pray to God as a humble man, but not me. I already know I was born on the side of a volcano. I cut the lines upon the mountain faces. I raised the hell upon the falling graces. I carry scars that only time erases. Well, I never lived around other folks, 'cause I like my woods and I like my smoke. And my hair grew long as I grew old. I was born on the side of a volcano. And when I died, they chunked my bones down the crater of my mountain home. But don't expect me to stay down in this hole. I was born on the side of a volcano. On a foggy day, you can see my ghost stumble around on this lava dome. But don't expect me to stay down in this hole. I was born on the side of a volcano. Yeah, I was born on the side of a volcano. Thanks. So I'm going to shift gears out of the death and destruction a little bit here. Do something lighter. This is a song about, it was a bit biographical about my freewheeling ways. Called Dancing with the Tumbleweeds. Well, I'm dancing a dance with the tumbleweeds, and I'm singing a song to the moon. And when all the stars know my name, that's when I'll be coming home. And I'm telling a tale to the coyotes, and I'm kicking with my toes at all the stones. And when I have leaned on all the trees, that's when I'll be coming home. And I'm laying on my back here in the grass, and my life is moving on. I let it pass, and I'm thinking about my dreams and places and friends that I've known. And I don't know the date, forget the time, but I'm never running late or get behind. And when the feeling's right, that's when I'll be coming home. Well, I wake in the morning to the whippoorwill, and I'm sharing the dawn with the loon. And when I have bathed in all the streams, that's when I'll be coming home. Well, I'm dancing a dance with the tumbleweeds, and I'm singing a song to the moon. And when all the stars know my name, that's how I know it's time, and I'm coming home. Thank you. I had someone one of my songwriter friends sitting in a circle, and I was playing these songs, and he said, "You were born in the wrong time." And I thought, uh-oh. And then it was explained to me that he explained to it that he meant my songs have an old-timey feel to them. And I wasn't sure if that was a good thing, but hopefully they sound like old songs that you remember when you were young, and old classics. And like, well, I'll write an old classic. How about that? So anyway, this one's called "Thinking of You." How's it start? Got your name tattooed on my arm. I wear it with pride like a lucky charm. It keeps me from harm. You got me thinking of you. I got your photograph on my cell phone. I hear your voice on my ringtone. I'm never alone. You got me thinking of you. Fell in love with you, now you're always on my mind. You are my Valentine. I'm driving home in my car. I'm making my way down the boulevard. Wherever you are, you got me thinking of you. Well, don't get me wrong, now I'm my own man, but I'm including you in my bigger plans. Whenever I can, you got me thinking of you. Fell in love with you, now you're always on my mind. You are my Valentine. You are my fascination, I'll always be right here. Just call and I'll appear. Fell in love with you, now you're changing all my attitude. I found a better way, it's changing day to day. Hear what I have to say, got me thinking of you. You got me thinking of you. I bought a ring and it's solid gold, and you know my love is true. You got me thinking of you. Got me thinking of you. You got me thinking of you. You got me thinking of you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is a new one. I think it's weeks, maybe month or so old. I know my friend David Gross hasn't heard this one. He's from my songwriting circle, and He's heard other ones, but not this one. This is one of the new ones. And I wrote this song. This song is inspired by my having gotten married recently. And it was the process. Yeah. Woo-hoo. And it was the process that of, like, yes, no, and, the process that are going inside my head. So I used other voices. Some of the things she actually said, my wife actually said to me, other things I made up. And so this is the song about the process. You say you're fond of settling down. It's time to tie the knot and give it all we've got. But I might be still looking around. What if I miss out on something? There's still more to be found. And I always go where I am drawn. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? You say we ought to look at the facts. You've crunched all of the numbers. We save money on our tax. But I've never been that kind to worry about resources. It could lead to remorse. And there'll always be another song. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? You say you want a man to be strong, stand up for himself and know where he belongs, to learn how to play the game, be a king and not a pawn. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Say you'd rather be picking a date. I got to plan ahead to order a wedding cake. But I've always been free as the wind, not rigid in my schedule. I've got to have room to bend. And you say you want a man to be strong, to stand up for himself and know exactly where he belongs, to learn how to play the game, be a king and not a pawn. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Ooh. side are you on? Well, I'm thinking about settling down. I know where I am drawn, and it's exactly where I belong. So I'll be sticking around. And the thing you can be sure of is there'll always be another song. Whose side are you on? So I believe gets time for one more song since we're plugging ahead. I don't have another song. Let me come up with something here. There's one other song I did rehearse, and so it's about death. So enough of the death, but here we are. Okay, now I got to set the scene. This is a story, and it's a serious song, and there's a man, an old man, and he's dying, and he's laying in his bed, and his grandson is there. So he's got some things he wants to tell his grandson before he dies, and so this is the scene. Well, come over here, boy. I can't talk too loud. I've got tubes in my nose and cotton in my mouth. I know you can't figure what this is all about. Well, I've taken my stand and I'm giving out. So take my hand and sit here on the bed. Yeah, there's something important that needs to be said. You know, I've always had a good sharp eye. Well, I'll be watching over you from way up high, 'cause I'll come back as a red-tailed hawk if you see me from the ground. You'll know it's me, 'cause I'll tip my wing and I'll circle around. I'll circle around. Well, your daddy don't know the things I know, 'cause he's just too close and time passes too slow. But I can see you're a gifted child. You got a great big heart and a natural smile. You know I've always been fond of the winged ones. They got all the time in the world, way up by the sun. They say you come back as the things you love. Well, I'll be watching over you from way up above, 'cause I'll come back as a red-tailed hawk if you see me from the ground. You'll know it's me, 'cause I'll tip my wing and I'll circle around. I'll circle around. So take care of the land and the grass in the meadow. Look after the forest, let the tall trees grow. And take time for places where we both can go. Where they say you're never ready for times like these, but all I want now are these sweet memories, like holding your hand when you cross the street and making you laugh when you're sitting on my knee. So give me a hug, it's okay to cry. Yeah, it ought to be sad when somebody dies, but in no time at all I'll be lighter than air, and I'll be watching over you from way up there. 'Cause I'll come back as a red-tailed hawk if you see me from the ground. You'll know it's me, 'cause I'll tip my wing and I'll circle round. I'll circle round. I'll circle round. Thank you. So it's up to the next act to cheer you back up. That's a good chore. I'd like to introduce my friend Arlie Connors. She's coming up here now to introduce Cecile. Thank you.
You're doing such a good job. I don't need to be here. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, for being here. There's a little sign-up sheet to get on the emails list at Artichoke, in case you don't check your Facebooks all the time. This will be in the back. You just have to find it. Cecile is going to tell some stories, gods and goddesses. I don't know, mythology? Who doesn't like that kind of stuff? I guess that's all I need to say.
When my kids were little, we were a church-going family. And so I was raised on the Iliad and the Odyssey by my classically trained dad. And I wanted to convey the same thing to my children, but I didn't want them confused. Not that I was ever confused. Man, the things I did when I was a kid that no kid would be seen doing now. Surprising I'm here. Oh. So I did not call them gods and goddesses. I called them superheroes. And we did the whole pantheon of superheroes. So where is that little guy? Not there. I need a little yellow pick. It's like a guitar pick.
Do you have a guitar pick?
It's a little yellow pick.
I don't have that, but I have these.
Okay, I'll try it. I play the dulcimer and the baritone ukulele as a reasonable accommodation for my aging joints in my hand. I would rather use my hands for do-it-yourself projects and fiber art. So something had to give, and that was guitars. So this is, I've been writing music for a long time. And today I'm going to share several kinds of music writing with you. The first is I do take a story and I write it in my own image. I call it the backstory of the tortoise and the hare. And you know the story of the tortoise and the hare? They went on a race, steady wins the race. The rabbit is a loser. So I take a story that we all know, I twist it into the backstory, and then I find a tune. Do we have fiddle players, dulcimer players in the house? Okay, well, It'll be a new tune to you. It's the tune of Rods in the Bow. It goes like this. Whoa. By the way, you were spectacular. Thank you for singing for us. It was just wonderful. Another round. Whoa. Where's my A? You may have heard it as Acres of Clams. It was also used for all hail, hail to the health of our nation. A leader so brave and so true will vote for the true Reformation. We will vote Lincoln and liberty too. It was a campaign song for Abraham Lincoln long ago. So the story I picked was the story of the tortoise and the hare, and we start off with the tortoise. There once was, oh, and this is like completely different from what we just sat through in the Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. There once was a turtle named Myrtle, sunning herself on a log. She couldn't fit into her girdle, so Myrtle decided to jog. I want to look like a Kardashian, she said, my girdle to get all my ass in. Featured in Turtle Girl Fashion Magazine, and Myrtle continued to jog. There once was a rabbit named Maggie, whose neck was so floppy and saggy. Think Richard Nixon, Mitch McConnell, Lyndon Johnson. So Baggy and Maggie decided to jog. I want to look like Holly Berry, she said, with chin and with jaws just so very. She said, chiseled and sharp till it's scary, and Maggie continued to jog. Oh, it's good to have goals of beauty and health, musical skills, and just enough wealth. Yes, it's good to have heroes and mentors and stars. But wherever you go, my friend, that's where you are. Yes, wherever you go, my friend, that's where you are. And thus did that Aesop guy get it all wrong. And we'll be correcting right. We'll be correcting the short and the long. No, it wasn't a story of vigor and vim where somebody loses and somebody wins. No morals, no story, no morals, no laurels, no taking the prize. Just liking each other, each shape and each size. Oh, it's good to to have goals of beauty and health, dulcimer skill and just enough wealth. Yes, it's good to have heroes and mentors and stars, but wherever you go, my friend, that's where you are. Yes, wherever you go, my friend, that's where you are. And Myrtle and Maggie, just friends on the way, enjoying a job at the end of the day. Myrtle the turtle. Well, as time has gone by, my hands have decided that they are going to, that they're going to figure, oh, my pick. My hands have decided that they're going to decide what they want to be when they grow up. So, which is why my very favorite way of singing my ballads are unaccompanied. But I brought instruments, so I'm going to use a few of them right here. And this is not a ballad, this is just a hippie song. I ask sun, why you shine, why you shine every day. I ask sun, why you shine every day. Say sun, I was made, and to shine is my praise. So I shine and I shine every day. I ask river, why you move every day. Ask river, why you move every day, every day. Say river, I was made, and to move is my praise. So I move and I move every day. I ask mountain, why do you rise? Why do you rise every day? I ask mountain, why do you rise every day? Say the mountains we were made, and to rise is our praise. So we rise and we fall, and we rise and we fall, and we rise and we fall every day. I ask sorrow, why do you flow? Why do you flow every day? I ask sorrow, why do you flow every day, every day? Say sorrow, I was made, and to flow is my praise. So I ebb and I flow, and I come and I go, and yes, I know every day. I ask myself why I live every day. Ask myself why I live every day, every day. Says myself I was made to live is my praise. So I shine and I move and I rise and I fall. I just live every day. I ask sun, why you shine, why you shine, why you shine every day. So, a hippie song. I would give you one of each of my very, very favorite ways to do singing, and that's not true. This is my very favorite way to sing a song, which is just simply sing it unaccompanied. I've done it for a long time. And then one of my friends, Sarah Kate Morgan, said, oh, you know, what you're doing is an unaccompanied ballad. So it's a genre. So I'm doing The Spider and the Fly in the genre of unaccompanied ballad. And this is a song that's years and years on my heart. And I never put a fiddle tune to it. It's just the tune it walked in the door with. So it's a conversation. Come into my parlor, said Spider to Fly. Come into my parlor for tea. Have muffins and butter and bacon and jam, my favorite breakfast. Come into my parlor with me. No, she replied, for my mama has warned me of sweet talking spiders so beauteous and wise. Their promises shine like the stars in the heavens, but my body and soul are the prize. Body and soul are the prize. Well, then just sit in my hammock, said Spider to Fly. A snug, comfy cushion made perfect for you. Sway in the breezes, hold fast to the strands. Sit in my hammock, please do. I won't, she responded, I won't be persuaded. My sisters have spoken and their message is clear. I will not sit in your parlor or hammock. The price is too costly, I hear. Costly, I hear. Whoa, 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 wait for one moment, said Spider to Fly. Just step for one instant into my sweet home. You don't really know for yourself of this danger. Believe when I tell you I'll leave you alone. Believe when I tell you I'll leave you, I'll leave you. Believe when I tell you I'll leave you alone. Oh, oh, what do you think? Oh, what do you think? What do you think she'll do? Oh, what do you think? 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 Oh, what do you think? What do you think she'll do? Let's see. I want to do one more, if that's okay, before intermission. Okay. This is the song of the Lion and the Mouse. Maybe. Hands don't fail me now. let's see, lion, don't you see? And it's the lion and the mouse. The mouse is running through the forest, getting grain and seed and mousy things. And the lion captures it, holds it in his hand. Eyeball to eyeball, they're looking at each other, right? And the mouse begins to, bargain for his life, plead to be set free, and the lion is flabbergasted. And it's set to the tune of Whiskey Before Breakfast. Yes, we know that song, right? Early one morning, the sun began to shine. I was walking down the street, not feeling very fine. I saw two men a-sitting with a bottle between them, and this is what I heard them a-singing. Lord, protect us and defend us, we'll be drinking whiskey for breakfast. Yes, that's an old fiddle tune and one that many people know. But here's the lion and the mouse. The mouse starts off and he's just full of it. He's got the argument. Lion, don't you see? Each of us is both of us. We are the same, made of earth and air. Earth and air. Lion, don't you see? Each of us. Oh, forget it. My hands are deciding what they're gonna do when they're grown up. Lion, don't you see? Each of us is both of us. We are the same, made of earth and air and sun and rain. Lion, don't you know? Everyone is all of us, and helping me is helping you, and on it goes. The lion's confused. Lion, don't you see? The mouse is trying to get his argument in a second time. The lion's confused. Lion, don't you see? Each of us, and bemused. This is his morning second breakfast, and it's talking to him. Each of us is both of us. We are the same. This is just unconscionable. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. Made of earth and air and sun and rain. And ultimately, the lion decides, this is not sustainable at all. You just cannot not eat the mouse. Oh, actually, the model is not sustainable. Lion, don't ya know? No, not and yet we are not the same, despite earth, air, and fire and rain. No, I'm the Lord of everywhere, while you, my friend, are barely there. My job it is protect, attack. Your job it is to be a snack. I think indeed you must be joking. In my ribs your elbow poking. Clearly I can set you free, but how the heck can you help me? And the lion's a politician, and on he goes. Well, the story wouldn't be the story if the lion eats the mouse, so he does not. He lets him go away, he lets him escape. And he does it with many choruses of how great the king is, mercy, justice, angel choirs, and everything. The word magnanimity shows up many times, and it ends with something like, now I'll let you go your way to do the things mice do today. So set yourself to help me to when time and space might ever, who knows, call on you. And the lion's a politician, and on he goes. There's always a great and verse that connects the first half with the second half. And in this case, and the mouse goes free, and the lion goes on his way, and the lion falls in the hunter's net. And it's one of those nets that gets tighter and tighter as you struggle. And the lion thinks his superpower is brute force, so you can tell he's perfectly tight. And he feels very negative because no one in his lion pride can help him because they don't have opposable thumbs. So he roars his negativity out into the forest, and the little mouse hears him. Come, my sisters, brothers, cousins, all my friends, All my friends by all the dozens, it's our time to help the king. Hear his roars, his sorrows ring. They traveled through the mighty wood, cross hill and valley as they could to find the lion in the net, tied quite as tight as he can get. With tiny teeth and tiny hands, they bit the cords, they broke the strands, they rent that mighty net askew, and freed that lion as mice can do. For helping me is helping you, and on it goes. With roars of joy he surges out, with rage and freedom in his shout. The jungle quakes, the earth sounding, trees they shake with all the bounding. Mice, they melt into the green. These tiny troops no more were seen, and marching home towards the setting sun, tired but glad their work was done. For helping you helps everyone, and on it goes. Lion, don't you see, each of us is both of us. We are the same, made of earth and air and sun and rain. Lion, don't you know that everyone is all of us, and helping me is helping you, and helping you is helping me, and me and you, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. Lion and the Mouse. So I vied for this position so that we could have an intermission in the middle of it, because I think I might have to not use that door, but maybe use another door in the facilities. So I think it's intermission time. You're sweet. Yes. Okay. Now, I thought that that intermission would split my set in half, and I have 14 more songs to share with you, but I've reduced it to just one. So one song, and then we'll hear the tones of my third partner here. Wonderful. So this is a song about the story of my life. Very short, brief, 4 verses and a chorus. I can't fix me by changing you. Oh no. I can't fix me by changing you. Oh no. I can't fix me by changing you. I tried it and it just don't do. I can't fix me by changing you. Oh no. I can't fix me by pretending everything is fine. I can't fix me by pretending everything is fine. Believe me, I've tried it. I can't fix me by pretending it's fine when it's not. I just don't like lying. I can't fix me by pretending everything is fine. I'm feeling broken. I'm feeling whole. Got scars and pieces all over my soul. I'm coming apart. It's already begun. This heart of mine is finally breaking into one. I can't fix me by throwing myself away. I can't fix me by throwing myself away. I cannot throw away the stuff I've got, but moaning all the stuff I'm not. I can't fix me by throwing myself away. Can't fix me by fixing me, it seems. Though fixing me is filling up my dreams. I cannot fix me by fixing me. The best I got is let it be. Wait and see. Imago Dei. Oh, short commercial. Let it be is advice from the Buddha. Wait and see is advice from my mom. And then Imago Dei is advice from the compassionate universe, who says you're made of friggin' stardust and maybe you don't need fixing. Improving, yes, a little improvement here and there, but you're not broken. I can't fix me by fixing me. The best I got is wait and see. Let it be. Imago Dei. I can't fix me by fixing me. It seems I'm feeling broken. I'm feeling whole. Got scars and pieces all over my soul. I'm coming apart. It's already begun. This heart of mine is finally breaking into one.
Thank you, Cecile. That's brave singing a cappella like that, isn't it? I've been advised there's hundreds of CDs free in a box right there past the curtain. So if you are into such antiquated technology. What else is there? Yeah.
Oh, cassettes.
Oh, well, right. 8-track, yeah, 8-track. Reel to reel. Shall I go on? No. Bob Foster, I know Bob for a long time now, and he rarely shares his own songs, so I think this is a treat, because he's pretty funny. And as a cameraman for KATU, he encountered some interesting situations, which maybe he'll tell us about. I actually don't know, but I hope so. Okay, that's all.
I worked at Channel 2 for 40 years. So please enjoy these fairly factual songs from my career. In 1984, Portland Mayor Frank Ivancy is running for re-election. It's 3 days before the primary. Imagine as Frank unfolds his morning Oregonian to a big headline declaring that Bud Clark, the Goose Hollow Tavern owner, the expose yourself to art poster poser, future two-term mayor, is going to win. If I were Frank, I just might grab my guitar and lament this. Got beaten bad, some people's glad, but I've got these J.E. Bud blues. spent time in the Cleveland jail too, which is no fun. Well, Penny and Gary claiming stress and disabilities, so they try to sue the city. I hope they don't sue J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark. If you run for mayor, against him you will lose. Got beaten bad, some people's glad, but I have got these J. Bud Clark blues. Been reading the papers, seeing the news, heard about Chief Davis, how he threatened to quit too. He told Bud, read my lips. Bud said, read my lips, you're fired. Well, being the police chief is just one hard job less. Maybe you try to run for mayor. Go ahead. You know what's going to happen if you run for mayor. You get those J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark blues. J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark blues. If you run for mayor, against him you will lose. I got beaten bad. I'm still kind of sad, and I still got those J.E. Bud Clark blues. Re-election came and those old chiefs, Ron and Jim, they challenged J.E. Bud at the polls. Penny came to town in court, but her stay was pretty short and dismissed. Well, Bud had to put his house in hock just to pay those election costs off, and he signed those posters to pay it off. But I still got J.E. Bud Clark, the J.E. Bud Clark blues. J.E. Bud Clark, J.E. Bud Clark blues. If you run for mayor, against him you will lose. Got beaten bad, I'm still sad. I've got these J. Bud Clark blues. J. Bud Clark blues. I'll get over. Time to get over. Time to get over. Time to get over. Time. All right. We'll get right to it here. Bob the Weather Cat's personality was not to be missed. I had a cat that would appear once a week on the weather forecast. For 7 years, folks sent in costumes, props, and art. And this is a poem by Jack Fuller, and just in case you didn't see here, here's a freeze frame of his first frame that made him famous. Thought I'd take a little side note there for you. So this, I don't know if I said this is a poem written by Jack Fuller of Fuller's Cafe. Of course, Mr. Fuller has passed away. See if I remember how this goes. Hats off, I say to Bob the Weather Cat, with his wide-rimmed glasses and blue bonnet hat. Bob never intended to steal the show, for he stays in the background, as you all know. It must have been Bob's manifest destiny to come from an alley cat to be a celebrity. Bob asks not for riches, neither does he seek fame. 'Tis not his blue blood, but his blue bonnet to blame. For all of the attention he seems to be getting, Bob takes it in stride without any fretting. When so devoid of any ambition, how did he attain so eminent a position from his foster parents? he got his name, and from his blue glasses, he got his fame. There aren't many things Bob can afford, so he's mostly content with just room and board. As Bob glories not in riches or fame, but he glories in a good name. This must be the lesson Bob teaches us all. Just be yourself and good fortune will fall. Thank you. Light rail transit was proposed 38 years ago. Perhaps these are the thoughts of a suburban commuter. It's early in the morning, but it's later than I want it to be. Well, I jump through the shower, leap in my clothes, suck down some instant coffee, scramble through the gears, race down the street, fly the overpass to the ramp to the freeway. Well, it's all backed up. I slam on my brakes, read my morning paper, and take a coffee break on the light rail. Don't want no heavy diesels, light rail. Don't buy 'em from no weasels. Make sure that the windows don't leak, that the brakes will stop. I need rip-proof seats. Ride downtown, get off and eat some quiche. Go to the market, maybe peel a peach. Later in the evening, the sunset blinds me in the mirrors. Well, we're all corralled like some city slicking steers. Stop and go, grimace and groan. I can't wait till the builders are road. Light rail line, go with light beer. That destination, let me get this clear. We're gonna go to Gresham, Milwaukee, gonna dig a tunnel under the zoo to go to Hillsboro. On the light rail, don't want no heavy diesels, light rail. Don't buy 'em from the weasels. Make sure that the windows don't leak, that the brakes will stop. I need slash-proof seats. Ride downtown, get off and eat some quiche. Go to the market, maybe peel a peach. Well, first they ripped the streets, shut some off for a spell. Well, it didn't help the traffic, the shops and things did not sell well. Well, hard hats, cranes, backhoes and trucks, that parking meter's backed. Oh, shucks, well, I gotta leave my car somewhere, you know. I can't wait till the rails start to roll. Well, the money's all spent and the crowds they show. What happened to that seat? I was gonna have to myself on the light rail. Don't want no heavy diesels, light rail. Don't buy 'em from the weasels. Make sure that the windows don't leak, that the brakes will stop. I need slash-proof seats. Ride downtown, get off and eat some quiche. Go to the market, maybe peel a peach.
Take it to Oregon City. Vancouver, Washington. And Vancouver, Washington.
I love this. I love this when the crowd joins in and writes more verses for me. So it takes me about years, decades to come up with third verses. So it's around here. It's down here somewhere. There we go. I don't use this guitar very much, but it's open-tuned or kind of open-tuned. I don't know. Is it coming out? Fresh strings too, so sorry about that. You all came in here and warmed the place up, and the strings found out. During the Iraqi War, a serviceman was stationed here. He had notification detail. The phone rang again the other night. I was having dinner with the kids and wife. I'll be wearing that dress uniform again. Met the chaplain out at the base. He had on a long sad face. We had to tell the family their son was killed today. Our souls on the pavement announced his fate. We had to speak, but the look on their face told us they knew right away. A pledge of duty ended on a road. I still remember the first time those words I spoke. I said I'd never do this detail again. Then another call comes in. This mission has accomplished nothing at all. I always think of my kids and wife every time a family gets cut apart in this life. I know these guys, I'm one of them. I hold back my tears till I get in the car. The chaplain looks away, but not real far. We'll be wearing those dress uniforms again. Our pledge of duty keeps us on the road. I just hope this war will go. A rocket hit a chopper and a bomb blew a car. A sandstorm wrecked another mother's heart. That flag's been at half staff most of these years. Another set of men left the state last week. Unborn sons never were the father seek, except in old medals and some film beside a grave. I get out of the car, back at the base. Salute the flag, put my colors in place. I'll be wearing that dress uniform again. I'll be wearing that dress uniform again. Thank you. Those are almost like John's song. Some of those are direct quotes. How are we doing on time? Oh, I have a lot more time than I thought. Well, my friend Bill Stanton wrote about Elvis leaving the building. When I was retiring, I thought, how about if I change some words? And he said, go ahead. Forgot I have to change this. Yeah, I know. that's it. They're in different places. So. Forget that part. That was wrong. Bob just left the building. He walked right out the door. Bob just left the building. He just got off the floor. Oh, come back, Bob. Come back now. Come back, Bob. Come and save us somehow. Well, his news car's in the mud, the mountains on fire, tumbling trees down the Tootle. That river's pretty dire. Hitched a ride out with his best friend who's new. Collect called his boss and said, this means trouble for me and you. Bob just left the building. He's not joking around. Bob just left the building. He wasn't wearing a frown. Oh, come back, Bob. Come back now. Come back, Bob. Come and save us somehow. Well, that cop car's on fire. There's clashes on the street, pepper spray and smoke bombs. An anarchist can hardly see. Goggles, helmets, flashbangs too. You know this means trouble for me and you. Bob just left the building. He's not hanging around. Bob just left the building. We can all hear the sound of come back, Bob. Come back now. Come back, Bob. Come and save us somehow. I got the gorge iced up, blown trees on the ground. The Rajneesh plead out while COVID-19 gets around. Guns in the desert and the FBI. Now seems like a good time for him to say goodbye. Bob just left the building. He's not hanging around. Bob just left the building. You can still hear the sound of goodbye, Bob. Goodbye for now. Oh, goodbye, Bob. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for coming to town. Well, I have misjudged my time and I'm early. So we're gonna bring this one out. We'll hope we don't have to play the tuning song 12 times. We're gonna have to, I'm sorry. And the reason I picked this song is, you know, you always think about what, you know, you pick up a chord and you think of something somebody said and you have the first line, The first line of this was about a smoke jumper, firefighter. And of course, our hearts all go out to the people in California these days. And my wife said, "Do you have any songs about California?" And I really don't, except for this one line. So the rest of this is dead simple guitar playing. Oh, that's good. I once saw some folks at the Aladdin do that. That's. I keep working and working and working and working and working on the line. I keep looking and looking and looking and looking and looking on down the line. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever till it's quitting time. Ends go on forever and never meet, but we all just might get lucky and find what we seek together. Life keeps going and going and going and going and going till it's gone. Keeps blowing and blowing and blowing and blowing and blowing till it's gone. Love is showing and knowing and flowing and growing and showing and staying on. Ends go on forever and never meet. We all just might get lucky, find what we seek together. I keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting on a friend. They're leaving and leaving and leaving and leaving and leaving on this evening's wind. I must be going and going and going and going and going till I'm gone again. Ends go on forever and never meet, but we all just might get lucky and find what we seek together. Okay, audience's choice. Another nice song on a 12-string or a really rowdy song on a 6-string that you'll remember that song and nothing else. Rowdy song, okay. Oh, all right. No, this is I didn't mean, it's also embarrassing and painful. Or actually, there's a couple songs like that I know. So, yes. That was called The Grand Wazoo by Frank Zappa. So I was watching TV back in 1976. It's a darkened bedroom, and the husband sits up, and the wife sits up. Oh, honey, what's wrong? It's this itching. I woke up this morning with my hemorrhoids throbbing too. I woke up this morning, my wife said, what's wrong with you? Well, I reached down, felt my butt, got a hold of the awful stuff. I realized my problem there, went to the cabinet for some instant repair. Rubbing away, rubbing today, a rub a day keeps the doctor away. Rubbing away, rubbing a day, a rub a day keeps the doctor away. Well, the stuff was a fleshy, pulpy mass. If I wasn't a quick, I'd have lost my ass. The slime was gooey and sticky too. You people do not know what I am going through. Well, I rubbed it in just as best I could. I knew it would be painful, but I know I should be. Rubbing away, rubbing today. A rub a day keeps the doctor away. Rubbing away, rubbing a day. A rub a day keeps the doctor away. Well, you people may be wondering what this song is leading to. Hemorrhoids are a problem, so it's up to you. Take that tube and squeeze it out on your finger. Rub it in, but do not linger. Rubbing away, rubbing a day. A rub a day keeps the doctor away. Oh, rubbing away, rubbing a day. A rub a day keeps the doctor away. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. All right, it's 8:59. Can I do one more? Okay, this is a true story. It's not about me, and it's also a cautionary tale about drinking too much. And alcoholics sometimes in their early stages are the fodder for jokes. And of course, us photographers were terrible about making jokes at other people's expenses. And so this is one of them. And again, a true story, not about me. I went to Ethiopia just the other year. I could not touch the women, I could not drink the beer. Gave myself a slap, gave old Bear a sneer. Cops, they swarmed around us, 'cause he wore army gear. Dragged him out that hellhole, thought we were in the clear. That's when I remembered I forgot my video gear. And I said, what the get the out of here. And I said, what the get the out of here. I think I'll break my contract, it's only for 1 year. What the get the out of here. I went back in the bush trying to find my video stuff. My stomach's getting queasy, I don't feel up to snuff. Found my deck and tripod, the camera's on the fritz. A million kids around me, and I have got the shits. 10,000 miles away from home without a change of pants. That's when I remembered I forgot my cash advance. And I said, what the get the out of here. What the get the out of here. I think I'll break my contract, it's only for 1 year. What the get the out of here. Rolled on down the highway for a courtroom in Eugene. No photog's gonna ace me, I'm getting pretty mean. Kick back down that freeway, my partner Sandy Poole. This shoot we're on is history. She knew I was no fool. I thought I had my camera, I thought I had my sticks. I guess I owe my job to all my friends at Channel 6. And I said, what the, get the out of here. I said, what the, get the out of here. I think I'll break my contract, it's only for 1 year. What the, get the out of here. What the, get the out of here. What the, get the out of here. My baby went and left me. She kicked me in the rear. Oh, what the, get the out of here. So it's 9:02. Is that the witching hour, Arlie? Sorry if I've given you bad sleep for the rest of your life.